Welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Gamer, and this is my monthly review of the subscription service from Only Games Crate. So that's the My Mini Factory monthly subscription where you get actual physical models sent to you once per month. If you've seen anything previously, you would have seen me opening them. So this is the February crate, and when I was looking at it online, I was immediately sort of well, yeah, not impressed. These aren't the miniatures really I wanted, and I felt a sort of a deep sink of dread hit me when I saw them. And you'll see why. So here we have a cat wizard. Now, I don't play any games with cat wizards, so I felt a little bit like, what am I going to do with this? It's not really my usual style of miniature to paint. So yeah, first of all, I was kind of dreading the idea of painting this. The print, I must say, is a really nice print. It's nicely detailed. There's not as much detail as some of the other miniatures that I've been sent by the company, but still, they're really nice and crisp. What details are there? And yeah, there's a lot of blank spaces on, I would say, the first two of the miniatures I'm going to show you. There's a lot of blank spaces, so they're not going to take washes that well. But if you're one of those sort of layering many layers in order to get some variations in colour, these might be ideal for you. So then we're going to go over to the bases. Okay, so the base just about fits the miniature. I would like to have had a little bit bigger, but no, that's quite all right. So the next miniature we got is this giant fat wizard. So he's sold as I think, fat wizard or something like that. And as you can see, there's plenty of smooth details on him, and it's nice and crisp and detailed. There aren't that many supports, so that's a plus. But again, there's not an awful lot of high detailing or various textures. It's very smooth and very sort of like, again, you're going to need to use layer paints in order to get the best out of this and not use speed paints or washes. But apart from that, the actual print is really nice. You know, it's very clean and kind of a nice looking wizard, apart from the fact that he is so smooth that I don't think he's going to be to my style. So as you can see, so far I was not overly impressed. The base, again, was really tiny for this miniature. I would have thought it should have come on a much larger base in order to place him easier, but this is the base it came on, so we have to go with it. Overall, like I said, nice looking detail, but really not impressed with this month's selection. So finally we have this kobold. If there's one miniature that I did like the look of this kobold. He's a little bit large, but again, he's nice. There's a nice lot of detail, maybe more detail on this one, so less smooth spots on him. So I think he will be able to take a wash a lot better, and so therefore obviously I gravitate towards this miniature more because I can see its potential, where the other ones, I don't see its potential for me. And they're maybe a little bit too cartoonish. This guy's a bit cartoonish, but I don't think it really matters. He is a cute little kobold, and I'm going to be quite happy to try and paint him. So I have put a pause on my Only Crates subscription for now, just in case we get another set like this, because really it is not my cup of tea at all. So I would rather go for the sci-fi set if the fantasy set isn't in fitting with what I want. So yeah, that's the one good thing with this subscription though. You can pause it each month so that you can see what you're going to get and then decide. So that's what I'm going to do from now on after receiving this one, which is unfortunate because I've always liked the miniatures before. So with them painted up, this is what they look like. So my daughters decided they wanted the cat to look a bit like Garfield, so I made him a ginger cat. And yeah, exactly the things that I said I was going to have a problem with. The miniature is very smooth, so you can't really use any washes on them, etc. You have to use proper, solid opaque paints and try and build up layers. Whether I was successful or not, I'm not sure. So it felt like a bit more of an adventure and perseverance painting this miniature more than an enjoyable task, which is unfortunate because I do enjoy painting and I usually buy miniatures to paint. So next of all we have this wizard, the fat wizard, I think they called him, or whatever, the rotund wizard. Now I tried my best to get as much detail as I could out of him, and yes, you can, you can pick out details really well. Again, the same problems I had with the previous miniatures is there wasn't enough detail, etc., to use washes on. So everything you had to do was like with layers. So like you have to use like 4 different colors on those white little banner parts on his staff in order to get the right sort of contrast, and you still can't really see it very well on my video here. It's the same with the blues. I used about 3 color blues in order to get that contrast, and really you can't see it that greatly. So yeah, what you could do very quickly with a wash and then highlighting, it takes like extra steps, and it's not really my style of painting. And again, these guys are just cartoony, and that's not really what I wanted. I tried my best and I did get through painting it. Am I happy that I got it painted? I'm happy that I persevered and got that far. So yes, in a way, I suppose I am quite happy, because now I can move on to a miniature that I like to paint. So then we go on to the Kobold, which actually had a bit more detail about it, and I think it kind of shows it's a better painted miniature. I did more detail on him because there's more to pick out. There wasn't so much smooth flat spaces. It has plenty of texture that washes and highlights can highlight and low light. So yeah, I really like this miniature. Actually, I would pay to buy this miniature on its own, but I wouldn't have paid for the other 2 miniatures, so take from that what you will. I used like a red colour because apparently kobolds are red, although in my head I still see them as sort of a green or a brown. But yeah, looking at a lot of the D&D art, they are often pictured as red. I like the way he's got this sort of spine that he's used as like back support almost for him. Being an elderly gentleman myself, I can appreciate him using a spine to hold his back straight. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed painting this guy, and it's a bit of a shame that it just didn't come as a pack of kobolds, because then I would have really highly rated this pack for February. But as it is, I can only say that I would have given it like a 4 out of 10, because 2 of the miniatures I didn't like at all, and 1 I really liked. So, it would be very hard for me to give anything better than that. So I'm going to do a slight size comparison. So this is the nearest miniature I got to hand. It's a female barbarian from the Frostgrave packs. As you can see, the kobold, he might maybe a little bit thick compared to her, but for size-wise, I wouldn't be too problematic. The cat, how tall is a cat wizard? It's kind of hard to give a comparison, so yeah, it looks okay. Now, this wizard, he's meant to be like a fat wizard, but he is an absolute giant. I mean, he's like Hathor Bjorn, Julius Bjorn, whatever his name is, the mountain from Game of Thrones. Like, this guy is massive and really just seems like it's the wrong scale. He's like a 40mm scale miniature. So, yeah, I have troubles recommending this month's miniatures, but if you do want it, you can go to the Only Games Crates website. So until next time, it's going to be goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Board Gamer.